Dorsey, GM of the Cleveland Browns. Welcome
All right.
to Good Morning Football.
Thank you. Well, we'll say this, Kay. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Peter, always good to see you.
All right, John, look, Baker Mayfield, let's put it on the record once and for all. With all the pundits arguing Darnold or Allen for 3 months, when did you know that Baker was the guy? And more importantly, why do you believe Baker is the guy?
Well, when I knew is when I left the private workout in Norman, Oklahoma, I knew in my gut that was going to be the guy. But when you make a decision this large, you want to have unanimous consent in the building, so you don't want to set the stage or alter anything. So you want to hear unbiased opinion on everybody before you make this decision. And so that's why I kept it as pure as we possibly can. Now, with regards to Baker's ability, I thought he has great accuracy. I think he has quick release. He's got feet to an extended play. He's got strong enough arms. Statistically, you look at the statistics that he has. He was 1 or 2 in all these different categories. And then when you watch his teammates galvanize to him at certain parts of the game, you know this guy's got a little bit of it factor. So we as an organization are very excited to have a player like this.
We cannot wait to see him out there on the field at some point. Now, there's a lot of secrecy behind who you were taking #1 overall. I got to tell you, Mr. Dorsey, job well done. Peter King likened you to a member of the CIA in the days leading up to the draft. Was there a reason that you needed and felt like you wanted to keep it so airtight? And I got to know, what did that tell you about the organization that you're running, that it stayed airtight?
Well, the important thing when you make a decision of this magnitude, you don't want to be able to show all your cards right away. And so I thought what's best, the importance of this draft, try to keep it as close as you can to your vest, because you know what? Everybody in the organization was going to know what direction we went within an hour or so before the draft, and that was fine. I mean, you know, I had told ownership and the head coach leading up into that about a week before, so we were all on board with this, and everybody's excited to have this player.
John, that's amazing. I'm sitting here, I'm blown away. As a player, now as a businessman, TV personality, more importantly as a father, you said something I will never forget. You said, a decision as important as this, I have to keep it as pure as possible by getting unbiased opinions and not telling them what I thought. That's amazing. Like, I'm going to do that as a father. I'll get to my question now, but kudos to you. Now, Dan Orlovsky, he came on the show and said that Baker Mayfield doesn't look like a #1 overall pick. But our show, we love Baker Mayfield, and Darnold seemed to be the safe pick. That's what everybody was talking about. But Baker Mayfield, we know, kind of a swing for the fences type of guy. Can you take us to like a particular moment or a meeting or even a sit-down conversation? I know you said you saw the workout and you walked away knowing in your heart, but what about when you met this young man face to face? Was it something he said, something he did, something that caught your eye and really solidified it?
Well, you know, I think Dan was a University of Connecticut graduate. I, too, am a University of Connecticut graduate. Just to let you out there, let you know that. But I think it's a combination. It's a combination of things when you truly meet Baker. You've heard all the different stories, but I've always been of the mindset, you know what? I want to meet you face to face and truly find out intuitively from my lens who you are as a man, who you are as a player. And when I sit and talk to players like this, I sit in the mindset of the former player who says, what is this guy going to be like in the locker room? And I kind of go that way when I go and talk to these people. And the more I was around him, the more I could just feel his presence. I could feel his deep intellect. He had broad range of thinking in terms of different subject matter. And then when you put him on the board with the X and O's of the coaching staff, I think he knocked it out of the park there. So as this process went along, everybody really loved the person moving forward. And so, again, we're very happy to have him on our team.
There is so much to love, and yet Coach Hugh Jackson came out and said that Tyrod Taylor is the starter. Now, I don't know, John, if Baker Mayfield is the competitive guy we hear, if he's as good as you obviously think he is, why are we announcing the starter in April, and is this really not an open competition for the QB1?
Well, as I look at this a game of football is a marathon, not a sprint. So there's a lot to learn in professional football, as we all know. So why not give him the best avenue and platform to succeed, to learn how to be a pro, surround him with those veteran quarterbacks in that realm to understand the nuances of the game. So when he does step onto the field and it comes time to play, The game will have slowed down for him. He'll understand the game. But you know what? In training camp, compete. I mean, we want to see the competitive spirit of this player, but for the long-term haul of his success, have a degree of patience and then go get it.
Love that answer.
Great.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dorsey. Now, I wasn't surprised he took Baker at #1 overall. He was the most accurate guy, the guy the teammates galvanize around. I was, however, a little bit surprised at your pick at 4. I thought you might take Bradley Chubb. A lot of people did. The pick is in, and it's Denzel Ward. Was this a pick that you made out of a team need, or did you view him as the best player on the board? There's a lot of different philosophies on how to draft at the top of the draft. So how did you figure that out?
It's a combination of things. Both young men are fantastic people. I mean, we all know that. But to me, you can't have enough good cornerbacks in the National Football League to succeed. Then you get one of the caliber of Denzel Ward, who's got great vertical speed, sudden start-stop ability. He's got really good hands. His ceiling of growth to me is exponential in this thing. To me, I thought this was an easy decision right here.
Now, back to Baker for a second. I can't let this thing go. Now, John, there's some scar tissue in this town from Johnny Manziel. And listen, we're adamant here at the table that it's not just the height, the Heisman, the state that they played in that you can compare these guys from. And when it comes to fans, some saying that the baked goods have the perfect recipe for success, and other fans saying you guys are half-baked for going after him. Now, tell the audience why Baker Mayfield isn't Johnny Manziel.
They're two different people, period.
Love it.
That's right.
That's all you need to know. It's true,
right.
though. I mean, that's it. Look, you've been on the road for months, John. You've been in the office building the Browns draft board. You've been at these pro days, been at workouts. I know what you did on Sunday after the draft. I think the viewers would love this as well. After 3 months of just talking, you went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame on your day off. What was it like the first day off after the draft to kick back and go hang out in Canton?
Oh, it was awesome. You know, I sent some of the boys off to the Cavaliers game, and some of the boys went and watched the Indians play. I just kind of wanted a moment to reflect on my first draft of the Cleveland Browns. Canton, Ohio is only 45 minutes away. It was awesome. I stayed there about an hour and a half. I took a picture of my mentor's bus, Ron Wolf, and sent it to him. And he sent me back a cute text going, "Who's that stiff?" But it was just a moment of reflection.
I love it.
Love it.
It's an incredible place. We talked to Tony Dorsett once. He referred to it as football heaven. It's amazing. John, before you go, it is amazing. And so is something else we're going to get into now. We want to pay you a compliment. Imagine what you do. Consistency is so important in all fields of your work. There's one thing that you've done in the field of fashion that is amazingly consistent. The sweatshirt with the collared shirt underneath. We have traced this back, John, to your tenures with 3 different organizations over the course of close to a decade. Now, there you are with the Chiefs.
Love it.
We go back one further. I believe we have you at Des Bryant's Pro Day with Green Bay. It is a consistent, solid look. You do not deviate. John, tell us about this look. Do you have 50 of those sweatshirts in your closet? Because we love it.
Well, really, there's only 7, one for each day of the week. And it probably goes back to, it makes life a lot simpler. You don't have to worry what you're going to wear on that day. Just wear a pair of khakis, a button down, and pull the gray sweatshirt over. It's probably from all those years of going to Catholic school because you always wore a uniform.
That's it. You're a creature of habit. I love it, John. You are the man, and congratulations on your first NFL draft with the Cleveland Browns. So happy for you, and good luck the rest of the way. Enjoy the rest of the offseason. Thanks for joining Good Morning Football.
Thank you very much, Kay. Have a good afternoon, gentlemen. Have a good morning. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You too, man.